Hi there, I'm Mike, and what I have for you today is my second most popular video I usually do in a year, and that is my top 10 wish list of figures that I would like to see in the coming year. So in this instance, it's 2023. It's currently 2023 right now as I speak. So if you're watching this in the future and it's like 2024 or 5, that's what year I'm in, and we'll see how many of these come true. Fun fact: last year I usually get a few of my figures on my wish list that come true, and I don't really look at rumors. So it's not like, oh, I know this is coming and I'm put it on my list, to see. And it's not like Hasbro's watching these and making them because, to be fair, it takes like 18 months to make a figure. So these are just weird coincidences I'm chalking them up to. I'm not that important. Hasbro, they don't really care about me or my channel. When I talked to Eric at Star Wars Celebration, he didn't seem to know who I was. And I'll be honest, if I would say it didn't hurt a little bit, but at the same time, I get it. Anyways, so let's talk about figures that I want to see coming out in the next year. We have a lot announced already. Most of them have been announced in the past year, and there's pictures of them. Like the next wave with like the Knights of the Old Republic figures. Bastila Shan, Darth Malak, things like that. They're coming out. And we've seen pictures of them. There's also something recently that Hasbro's been doing is pipelining figures. And I'm sitting on this side so you can see pictures of what I post over here without also taking away my face. Whether you like that or not, it's what's happening. So I have a list here of the upcoming pipelined figures if you're curious about them. So they're not going to be on my list because they are coming out. I've seen a lot of people say, man, I really hope that they make these figures. And here's the thing, they are. They've announced them. So just real quick here, we got ARC Trooper Jesse. Now these are officially pipelined, or at least they are according to Yak Face's website, which is just where I got this information. So if this is wrong, it's not on me, it's on Yak Face. I'm pretty sure I've seen all these announced. Like I watch honestly, the people that are fans of this and you don't watch the live announcements, why not? Why don't you watch them? I watch them. That's how I get my news. And people are like, how do you know? Just watch the announcements. It's not hard. You can even just skip to the end if you want to see the pipeline figures, because that's something they've been doing for the last year and a half. Yeah, that's about right. Is they've been pre-announcing announcements for figures. So we know a figure's coming out. We just haven't seen any official mock-ups. So this is true for all of these. They've been announced in the pipeline, but they haven't been shown off. So we've got ARC Trooper Jesse, Ki-Adi-Mundi, Season 3 of the Clone Wars, Ahsoka Tano, the ever-popular Magna Guard, and then a Phase 2 Vanilla Clone Trooper. We also have Bad Batch, Season 2, Omega. We have another Mandalorian. This is supposed to be a retooled Mandalorian that's modeled after the next season of The Mandalorian, Season 3. He's going to have a Darksaber, apparently. We have a deluxe Black Chrysanthemum, and this is based off his Book of Boba Fett, not the comic. Now, if you watched my top 10, figures of 2022, I mentioned Black Chrysanthemum. He's not on my top list. Don't worry about that. But one of the things I neglected to mention is that was not a Book of Boba Fett version. That was a comic version. And a lot of people are expecting and wanted a Book of Boba Fett version. And congrats, we're getting one. I'm actually very excited for it. We're also getting a Cad Bane from Book of Boba Fett, a Pike Soldier, which, always good to have more aliens in the line. And then we're getting the Tusken Chieftain, who was a badass. I loved the Boba Tusken scenes. They were actually really great. I just recently in the last week rewatched the Book of Boba Fett to completion. It's not that long and it didn't take that long to get through. And you know what? I hadn't seen it since it first aired, and I remember it being okay, and it's still okay. It's not bad. People are like, oh, it's bad. It's not bad. It's Star Wars. It's fine. It's good. It's not great, but it is good. I liked it. And the theme song's a banger. Anyways, and then to round it out, we've got a new Luke Skywalker. This is probably going to be a retool of the one that I just got. There's a picture of it right here. But it's based on the Jedi duel from the end of Return of the Jedi. So I'm looking forward to that. And these are part of the 40th anniversary line. So they're coming out then. We're also going to get a brand new Darth Vader with the removable helmet, again, based off Return of the Jedi. Don't know how much of that is brand new, actually, but it will be a lot new, because the last removable helmet Vader, which was the first one, the first Vader in the line, was bad. It's really bad. It's way overdue for a better one. We're getting an all new R2-D2, and then we're getting a deluxe Endor Rebel Soldier, which, yes, everyone says this, and I will say it too. Really hope they take notes from their Hoth Rebel Soldier, which I have reviewed, because that was a banger. And the Endor Rebel Soldier, if done similarly, could also be a banger. So those are the figures that are coming out that, they haven't been shown off, but we know they're coming, and that's why I'm pointing those out. There are more figures coming out next year that have been announced, but they've been shown off. So we've seen pictures of them. It's not as fun as the pipelined ones that we haven't seen pictures of. So this top 10 list here is going to be the figures that I want to see that haven't been, as far as I know, haven't been rumored, haven't been pipelined. It's really tough to only choose 10 because, 2023, they're doing the Return of the Jedi stuff, and there's tons of Return of the Jedi figures. I mean, one entry could just be Jabba's palace. Just throw a dart at a board, pick Jabba's palace. There's also, they're doing the 2023, the 20-year Clone Wars, which debuted in 2003, the Genndy Tartakovsky one. So they're doing a thing with that because they missed the Attack of the Clones anniversary. Anniversary is a hard word. I stumbled on that one. We're starting off with number 10 here. And that's going to be one from my previous list because, it's just because a figure didn't come out on my wish list last year doesn't mean I suddenly don't want it. But I did take some off just because it's fun to keep it fresh, but I did leave some on. And number 10 is Hammerhead or Mammon. And honestly, this could just be any Cantina patron. There are so many Cantina aliens, like Sivrak, Bo Shek, Muftek, Cabe, the Deveronian guy, I can't remember his name. There's so many. We got the Cantina Alien, the band, the Figure and Dan and the Little Nodes. So, I want more of that. Number 9 is the only Leia that we need. I'm a sucker for Leia. I love my princess, and we need Bespin Leia. Leia from The Empire Strikes Back. Again, I'm pretty sure it's the only Leia from the original trilogy that we don't have, and if we get that, we'll be good. I'll be good on Leia. I could take her off the list one day. Number 8, similar to number 10. This is Reese, and really this could just be any of the Jabba the Hutt's palace denizens. I mean, a Man would be good. Sail Mare, Yak Face would be good. But if I had to choose one, it would be that Three Eyes monstrosity Reese, because I like him. I've always liked him. I just always have. I think he's a cool design. He's got those 3 eyes, so like a Triclops. Number 7, you know what? I don't want it to all be kind of pretty standard, so I'm throwing out an Agent Kallus because he is the only major character, I would say, that we're missing from Star Wars Rebels. And he could be the good Agent Kallus. I guess spoiler alert to the people who haven't watched Rebels yet. He heel turns? What's the opposite of a heel turn? Baby face? Face becomes a face turn? Is that a thing? A face turn? Anyways, I don't know wrestling terms. I don't watch wrestling. But he becomes a good guy towards the end of the series, but he starts off as a bad guy. So I'll take Imperial Agent Kallus. I'll take good guy Kallus. Just give me a Kallus, but I want a Kallus. I need them for my shelf. My Rebel guys are just right here. They're blurry back there, but they're there. Number 6, and this is an obvious one, and I have a pretty good feeling we're going to get it, but I put it on here anyway because it has been pipelined, and I haven't heard it rumored, but a Super Battle Droid. We need Super Battle Droids. I've got tons of battle droids, regular battle droids, B1 battle droids, and I want more. There's tons of colors and variants they haven't gotten to, and I'll take them all. But it's high past time that we get a Super Battle Droid. And it could be a Super Battle Droid from Attack of the Clones, Clone Wars, Revenge of the Sith, Mandalorian. There's so many places that Super Battle Droids have appeared in, and I don't care which one you put it in. Honestly, I'll buy them all. If this is the Mandalorian version, guess what? I'll buy it. If Attack of the Clones, guess what? I'll buy it because you can army build these guys. If they're deluxe, I won't love it, but I'll buy it. And then number 5, I got a little crazy. It's just a little crazy. This is out of nowhere. And it's one of those things like a wild card. I always have at least one wild card on here where I'm just throwing it out in the ether. Hasbro, if you're listening, I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, but I really enjoy the High Republic. It's not as old as the Old Republic. And it's not as new as the New Republic. It's the High Republic. It's that year. It's that time period around 100 or 200 or so years before the Phantom Menace time frame. So the Jedi are different, but they're the same, but different, really. But I like their aesthetic. I've read a couple of the books. I really enjoy some of the characters, and it would just be cool because one of the things they did with the High Republic was they made these concept art photos, so you could see the characters, for comics, and then they're in comics. There's comics for it, but I really enjoy it. So my first character from this is Stellan Gios, I think that's how you pronounce his last name. I haven't listened to the audiobooks, and it's one of those things when you read it, you just kind of go with whatever pronunciation looks for Gios, something like that. He seems to be sort of like of the first arc, stage, phase. I think they call them phases. He seems to be like one of the main dude Jedis. Not the mainest one, but a good one. I think he looks, the concept art for him looks cool. I think he's got a cool looking lightsaber. So, he would be a neat one to have. And I love the look of the Jedi robes. And then, while we're at it, throwing in number 4 there, because I kind of put them together. And that's Avar Kriss. However you pronounce it, that's how I pronounce it too. And she's sort of the leader of the Jedi. Is she the Grandmaster? I think she's the Grandmaster. Anyway, she has this whole "The Force is a Song" thing, which I really dig. She's definitely sort of like the main Jedi of the books that I've read anyway, like Light of the Jedi and stuff. I really dig her. I think she'd be cool. And yeah, Yoda's around for this. We did one of those or whatever. And there is the Acolyte coming out this year, and that's based around the High Republic. So I'm hoping that that's enough to get us some High Republic people. I just think it'd be cool to kind of bridge past this little kind of 50-year galaxy gap that we're in between, the Phantom Menace and Return of the Jedi, and I guess the sequel trilogy too. Is that 50 years in between the first one and the last one? And then moving down to number 3, another kind of out of left field one for me. And I promise this is the last out of left field one. The other 2 are ones I've actually done before. So if you know my previous list, you can guess them. Since they're doing video game stuff with gaming greats, and there's the rumor that Starkiller, it's not Starkiller, by the way. There's the rumor that we're going to get a Starkiller. And I'm like, if we're getting a Starkiller, why not Kyle Katarn? I love Kyle Katarn. I think Kyle Katarn is cooler than Starkiller. And I'll die on that hill between Dark Forces and Dark Forces 2 and then Dark Forces 3 and then Dark Forces 4 and all the different Dark Forces that have come out since then. And I think he was in a book or so. Kyle Katarn's rad. He's a cool guy. I want a toy of him, like, easily. I think they did one in the old Power of the Force Expanded Universe line, like way back in the late 90s. And I think that would be cool if they did another one, but in 6-inch scale. Just throwing that out there again. Putting it out. Hasbro, if you're watching. Be cool. Anyways, on to number 2. Again, this has been on my list before, so I'm not going to beat around the bush too much. That's Embo. Embo is probably the coolest looking bounty hunter that we don't have in toy form from the Clone Wars. He's got a big hat. I mean, he's got a dog. If you want to do it with the dog, like a deluxe pack, just do it. Let's just do it. But the dog's not necessary, but the hat is. The hat is a deal breaker, honestly. So Embo, 100%. And then finally, again, same as last year, So you can just turn this off now because it's Pong Krell. Pong Krell is a cool character. He's a cool looking character. He's a bigger than life character. He's one of those, I don't remember the name. I should know the name of his species. He's the forearm guy that Dexter Jetster is. You've seen the episodes, the Umbara arc on Clone Wars. He's got 2 double-bladed lightsabers. Like, he doesn't need much. He doesn't need a robe. He just needs a Pong Krell and 2 double-bladed lightsabers, and he's got all the shelf presence you could want. That's my only argument. That's all I need. He looks great. He's gonna look great. We're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. Anyways, that's it. That's my list. Let me know down in the downstairs area what's on your list. And how many of them are from the prequels? Because I feel like the prequels are super popular. And not that they shouldn't be, they're fine. I mean, it's also just Star Wars. I want more Star Wars characters in general, especially ones from movies and properties that we've had before. Although, I've got 2 figures on here from the High Republic, so that just sort of flies in the face of that. But you know what? I stand by my list. Let me know what yours is. I love to read it, and hopefully we get them all at some point. That's the thing is one day I want them all. I want a whole mansion just full of Black Series figures. Gonna have to start making some decisions about space soon. Let me know, like I said, what you want or what you thought of my list. I'd also love to take a moment and thank these people here for supporting me on Patreon at a Black Series level or higher. It means a lot to me. These people support my channel still, despite not having released as many videos as I have in the past. I really do love making videos. I did just get the full wave of the newest Black Series figures from toysnowman.com. So I'm gonna do an individual video review for every one of them. So you have that to look forward to. I know in the past, I've been like, just do them all, and I'll just kind of do them real quick. Nope, these are going to be reviews. I'm already working on them. They're coming, and I hope you look forward to them. Hope you enjoyed this video, and thanks for watching, and thanks for getting this far, and I'll see you later. Bye.